Hello, now we're going to start describing our distribution with numbers. So how do we use numerical summaries? First, we need to look at how we measure the center. The two most common ways are mean and median. Now, the mean is found by adding up all the x values and dividing by n. Now, a way that we say adding up, and you'll see this a lot, this summation notation, this big sigma, means we're adding up all of these x values. And so this is our formula. We add up all the x values and divide by n. So if I want to find the mean of all of these, I just have to add all of these up and divide by how many number there are, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I add all these up and divide by 8. Now I just added them up quickly on my calculator and I got 86. And so I just now have to divide that by 8 and I get an answer of 10.75. So that is my mean, or we write it x bar. Now, if this next question says if the mean of 10 bowling scores is 110.8, what's the new mean if the bowler bowls 200? Now you can't just take the mean of these two values because this isn't one value, this is 10 values. In other words, when I have x bar equals x1, so on all the way up to xn over n, if we have 10 bowling scores, the sum of all of them, uh, and when I take the average, is going to be this. So now from here, I want to add one more to it, which is 200, and then divide by 11. But before I can do it, I have to figure out what this value is up here. So I have to multiply by 10 on both sides. And so 1,108 is going to be the value of all of my scores added up to this point. Now I have to add 200 to that and see how that changes my average. So that's 1,308. And now I have to take 1,308 and divide it by 11 now because now there's 11 data points. And now my new average is 118.9. So that's my new one is 118.9. All right, on doing something new. If I have a frequency distribution like this, how do you find the mean? Well, you can type in 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, or 0 plus 0 plus 0 plus 0 5 times, 1 plus 1 7 times, plus 2 6 times. Or you can just, since we were saying times, we can multiply these out. So you multiply across here, and 5 times 0 is going to be 0. 1 times 7 is going to be 7. 2 times 6, 12. This is going to be 9, 8, and 5. And now if I add these up, we're going to have 19, 28, 36, 41. So this adds up to 41. And we're going to divide it by how many we have. So we have this many, which is 12, 18, 24. So 41 divided by 24, it's going to take out my calculator. 41 over 24. And my average is 1.7, roughly. Oh. Now to move on to the median, we already talked about the median a little bit when we did box plots. But in order to find the median, you arrange all the values from smallest to largest. And if it's odd, it's going to be the middle number. And if it's even, the then you find the two middle numbers and you find the average of those two middle numbers. So we can find the middle of these. It looks like there are 3, 3, and so 4 on each side. And the in between 10 and 12 is 11. So the median is 11. If it's not as apparent to see, you add those up, 10 plus 12, and you divide by 2. And there you have it. To find the median of an ogive, you go up to the 50th percentile, and you go over as straight as you can, and go straight down. And it looks like that point is about 26-ish, 27. Somewhere around there will be the median for this data set. Now, mean versus median. Sometimes you use the mean, sometimes you use the median. The median is more resistant to outliers, and this means it's less affected by an outlier. So if there's an outlier or the data is off in one direction, which we call skewed, then we tend to use the median. If it's a symmetric distribution, the mean and the median are going to be exactly the same if it's exactly symmetric. And so then we typically use the mean in a symmetric distribution. All right, now try to do these problems. Good luck.